Okay, I have no idea if this is working at all, but if the myths are true, the stream chat lag on Hitbox should be a lot less bad. I guess now is the time to confirm that. Because I can't check who's here from the popped out stream, which kinda sucks, but I think what I'm going to do is, since no one seems to be saying anything, go to the page I posted on the forums and see if there's anything there. You might need to refresh. Actually, I don't know how this works. Maybe it just takes a moment to actually turn into the stream page. Since I remember it looks different when you're offline than when you're not. Yes, I should have streamed on Nico Nico instead, clearly. I would have hit thousands of viewers in just a few moments. Muted. Just a moment. Am I though? I'm opening up my stream page now. Oh. It said it was offline for a second, but now it works. Yet. Well, I guess now I know that it does work. That was not as hardly as I was expecting it would be. I also have a soda here that apparently expired. It was like 2 months ago. So this is gonna be fun. But honestly though, I don't know how well this is going to work. Let me try something. Let me try something which might be somewhat defeated by the fact that I'm using up so much CPU by streaming. I'm going to turn on my stream on my own end, and holy shit, there's almost no video lag. Holy shit, there's almost the legends are true. But I tried putting a test message on the chat and it didn't seem to work. There we are. Oh, see that third message there? That was the first one I typed, but it didn't register until later for some reason. So with this new development, I might as well try something out. I think on this end I can in fact confirm how many people are here, and I do believe it updates automatically. So what I'm going to try to do now is something I've never done before, and which might not be such a good idea, but oh dear lord. Wait a moment, I think I just saw something weird. Well, some of you might be wondering what the heck am I trying to do. Well, it involves the audience, something I usually never support. don't know how it's going to work though. I've never tried doing this before. There we go. I thought, but there's a button for what I'm trying to do. And it finally worked, I think. Let me see if I take this URL and copy it in another tab. What will happen? The answer is that. Okay. So does this thing allow you to post links? It does. Are those links clickable? Apparently they are. I don't know if this is showing up on you guys' ends. I actually have no way of confirming that, so I'm just waiting for confirmation. Yeah, the fish is in fact, well, I know. The 10 seconds or so I managed to watch on Shitty Hotel Wi-Fi. Okay. Confirm that. Well, didn't confirm anything. He just looked like he wasn't moving at all. He looked like he might be belly up, but maybe the fact that he's getting an upgrade might just be the guy getting another fish, for all I know. It honestly wouldn't surprise me. So I'm checking to see if this works. Well, maybe. I mean, some people have said that, you know, everyone's doing the jump over to Hitbox now because of this. And the reason why everyone's doing that is because of the idiocy that Twitch pulled. But it's not really their fault, I mean. It's the law that needs to change. Because the law is broken, and that's a fact, but they pretty much... I think the rationale is that pretty much Twitch was forced to accept this change, and there was just a way of covering their ass, but it's also on them that it was so shittily implemented. It's pretty much their fault. Okay, someone just came into the room. That they're blocking out entire chunks of video recordings for because of what's been going on. Yeah, you can save them forever, but you can, in fact, highlight them, but now you can't make highlights longer than 2 hours. And before, the thing was that you couldn't export any highlight longer than 2 hours to YouTube. Now you can do it indefinitely, I think. And highlights will be saved indefinitely, but complete broadcasts, unless they're systematically highlighted in maximum 2-hour chunks, will be deleted after 2 weeks, I think. And of course people are saying that you know, eventually the same thing is going to happen to Hitbox. So when that happens, it's just a matter of moving to Instagive or Asubu or Livestream even though people are saying that going to Livestream and Ustream are steps backward. But at least they don't give a shit about this stuff, and that's really what draws a lot of people in. So I'm pretty much waiting for people to come into this room here. I posted the link in the chat, I don't know, I guess I might as well do it again. There's all the info you need to try to get inside this place. Yeah, that stream thing where they're not saving it anymore, that's not even because of the copyright thing, it's just their fault, they're being negligent. And they pretty much can't hold it against anyone else. They say that it's better that unconfirmed saved broadcasts in the past only saved for up to 4 days. And now it's gonna be 14 days, but there's also no option to save them forever, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of that. They have to be compartmentalized into oh hey. Didn't realize I had that on oh well. It's not like Hitbox is going to trip and Content ID alarm or anything, right? Unless a certain other site. I think that's everyone in the room. That's unless Lizardman or Red Bear are going to come in. Here in this room. Oh, why did it stop? Jesus. Did it get to the end of... what? I don't know what happened there. I guess because I turned off the shuffle, it just ended. Since it is the last song in the playlist. Well, alright then. I guess I'm going to play... Ike has joined the game. Who's Ike? Okay, Lizardman won't come in. I'm guessing Ike is Red Bear. Since that's pretty much the only other person who knows the existence of this and how to get into the room. Unless there's some mystery person watching us. Oh, default, I guess, could be Ike, but I don't know. But I think it's time for this to begin. Still don't know what I'm going to... how many of these I'm going to check. PAX East. Vidya. Very serious. This one too, why not? And that one. Okay, how do I begin the game? Start game. So, in case you don't know, which you might not, the purpose of this game is to fill in or answer the question that's on the black card by picking one of the white cards. Oh boy, I don't know who Ike was, but they left the game. Oh boy. Am I the card Caesar or... oh yeah, I guess Ike was the card Caesar for the last round. So now I'm the card Caesar. Which basically means that other people get to use the white cards, and I get to judge which one is the best answer. Well, I don't know, I mean... There's nothing stopping you just saying, I don't really care. Instead of cold, Santa now gives West the bad children yeast, yellow snow, or angel-headed hipsters, burning for the ancient heavenly connection to the starry dynamo machinery of night. So I think yeast would be a good choice. And of course that was Uro, which kind of fits if my suspicions about the origin of that name are correct. So now, the socialist governments of Scandinavia have declared that access to something is a basic human right. Access to tiny chat, access to booze, to a dollop of sour cream. Well, I think the socialist governments of the internet have established this a long time ago, but it has to be a Scandinavia original, so I guess... Actually, I have an idea. Before I pick, I'm gonna try concealing my choice. I'm trying to restrict the thing. I don't know how bad this is going to look on stream, but might as well. Okay. So, a basic access to something is a human right, well. It's giving me an error, what the fuck is this shit? Well, this is a bit of a problem. It claims I'm not in the game, even though I began the game. Guess I'm gonna try reloading. Can't see anything else to do. And it says burn isn't there anymore, so... And it says Uro's the host now, I don't know what's up with that. Jesus. Burn if you get back into the room, I think we might be able to get this going again. And also we're going to listen to this soundtrack because, there we go. Now we should be able to begin the game again. I think Uro's in control of that now. I should probably put something else down here to make sure it's not there. All fixed. Sean Penn brought something to the people of New Orleans. Well, it couldn't be this one, so I guess this is the only one that makes sense. Oh shit, it still reveals what I chose. That was a failed plan. We don't know who... Well, yes we do actually. If we look at the actual page that the Hitbox stream is on, there's a viewer list on the chat that you can turn on. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can do that. I can't do that on the popped out chat for some reason, but I can do it. I can check it on the actual page. And I'm the card Caesar, so there's no downside to me being able to show all this at this point. Santa now gives bad children flesh-eating bacteria. Okay. Well, this is the only one that makes any real sense, so there you go. Probably gonna do only one round of this, since pork. I guess that's Lizard Man. Well, you can join in the game, I think, now. It's asking the same question for some reason. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and not you do the subregion tree. I'm gonna show everything, and I guess I'm just gonna turn it off when I have these on screen and when I make my choice. So what did he bring to the people of Haiti? Well, a miracle. Nothing short of. Any of these could make sense, I think. Oops. And of course, Pork, aka Lizard Man, got the first one in the round that he was in. It's always time for rejoicing when that happens. I wouldn't blank you with blank. We have to pick 2 for this one, yeah. It says so right at the bottom. Well, obviously, I wouldn't pick blank with blank. That would have to be... Oh no, it says I wouldn't blank you with blank. I didn't. Well, there are no verbs here, so... Well, that will be the first. I think if it'll work, it will. Doesn't really make sense, but it's the only thing I could construct. Yeah, that wasn't a very well constructed black card, because it requires a verb, and there aren't a lot of those in the white cards. But it's up to Pork to figure out which of these makes the most sense, I suppose. I wonder which of these it's going to be. I really do. I suppose Kim Jong-il would be, could become like a euphemism for something. That would be not completely unsurprising. Or not completely surprising, I'm saying the opposite of what I mean. In return for my soul, the devil promised me blank, but all I got was blank. Okay, this requires nouns or noun phrases, so this is gonna make more sense than the last one. Let's see. Of course, the fish is back on Twitch. I see that. Well, I guess the fish will be getting the majority of the viewership on Twitch now. I bet if I go on the Twitch directory, the #1 game will be Pokemon. In fact, let me check that right now, because what I have here is my old stuff. I was going to download one of my old broadcasts, because I really liked it, but I couldn't put it on the YouTubes, because of reasons. Well, this is new. I'm pretty sure I've never seen this before, a promoted game. League of Legends has only 93,000 viewers, and Dota 2, which was always like #2, is now #4, because of that whole Valve who owns the game and made the game. Is getting copyright ID'd for using their own music in the broadcast debacle. That was quite interesting. But I did see that the Pokemon game had almost 10,000 viewers now, and the fish has only been live for like 10 minutes, judging from what was going on there. Well, all of these are true in a sense, but I guess only Tola can decide which one is the most impactful truth. Well, I'm not surprised. It's not like fucking Twitch plays Pokemon, where there was at least some problem solving involved, at least in its early stages. And then it was forcibly implemented back in with the democracy system. After hours spent on the ledge, well, doesn't look like... oh. If something was chosen, I didn't see it, but... yeah, I bet he is, but... does the fish even know how to save? No. Is that even a problem in Pokemon? I don't remember. If you get, like, all your Pokemon knocked out, do you have to reload a save, or are you just sent back to the Pokemon Center? I haven't played any Pokemon games in a long time. Oh, Tola has left the game. Well, I guess that explains that, kind of. And I just noticed that the new question is, if life gives you blank, make blank. Well, with pterodactyl eggs, I guess you could put them under a certain nest and have it result in that. Also, let me try something. I'm going into my full music playlist and I'm gonna try playing something that won't fly on YouTube. And no, not this. This is from fucking Brawl in the Family. And see if that does anything to the Hitbox recording, which supposedly is being made. This is the first time I've ever streamed on Hitbox, so I don't know if it'll work for sure. Also, I probably should have rotated the microphone, because the way it's been facing this whole time, it's aimed directly at the horrible noise coming from the laptop fan. I have 10 seconds to decide. Hello? Mouse button, can you please work? Okay. Well, I have one right here in the playlist that tripped up a lot of red flags when I tried to put it on YouTube. It's this one that I use for the corruptions. So I'm going to play it all and see if it does anything to the Hitbox reporting. It probably won't. Oh boy. I kind of want to be quiet for most of this so that I can... oops. I can fully confirm if Hitbox is affected by this shit or not. Do you need to be high to be mesmerized by saxophone solos, though? I guess so. Someone seems to agree. Well, yeah, classic Pokemon. What's my worst habit? My worst habit is streaming, apparently, because streaming is turning to shit with all the recent changes. I'm pretty sure I'm getting repeated cards here. Maybe I should have picked more decks. And also my... I'm pretty sure it is my turn to play a card, thank you very much. My mouse, which all of a sudden isn't... Oh boy. Is being kind of wonky. Sometimes it doesn't register the clicking, and sometimes it double clicks for some reason. Even though I'm only clicking once. But those are problems that are hardware exclusive. My country is of the sweet land of, well, considering what anthem that is, it only makes sense to have that one. Unfortunately, a lot of time the cards can suck. They can have end up being that's better. They can be grossly nonsensical based on what's being asked. Harry Potter and the Chamber of... what other chamber than that? Really? Well, I bet all the... how long is this song? It's like 4 minutes, apparently. 4 or 5 minutes. I had underestimated how long this song was. What did you bring for show and tell? Well, the only thing that it makes sense for me to bring, really. I was gonna make a joke, but I don't know what it would be about. I don't really have anything to say regarding that. So which of these is a DLC item? A good songs for DDR. Well, it's just kind of the sort of flagship song for Nintendo 64 Corruptions, because of the Gedan meme that began with the GoldenEye cartridge tilting, in which all the characters spazzed out uncontrollably because the cartridge was being tilted. And someone juxtaposed this song we just heard with it. And that's how it became a meme. I'm trying to figure out what other song to play though. Oh yeah, I'm the card, sorry, I didn't even notice that. The president has been kidnapped by... Well, obviously we can never be a bad enough dude to rescue the president from Samus, so... Or Gandalf, with his bizarre, nonsensical powers, so... If these somehow attain the ability to kidnap the president, it would only make sense to stand against them. Which of these songs would trip up something? This one probably. For several reasons. You can't cheer up a grieving friend with...
When some old film in black and white comes on and there you are up on the screen.
Yeah, this one makes a bit too much sense. It's like an over-the-top mixture. Oops, I'm checking the wrong thing. Well, you might be able to cheer him up with it if you let him use it. instead of using it against him. What is the saddest thing you've ever seen? Out of all of these, I would have to say the saddest thing.
Back in 64, the time of our lives was in the
Again, I have an answer that seems to have been tailor-made, but the last one I picked didn't make it, so...
girls with hairdos called beehives.
Well, I guess all of this depends on the definition of sad.
Oh, I think that might be just some fluorescent substance in the walls.
Isn't it frozen, is it?
No, impossible in this temperature. Besides, it's too warm.
The road to success is paved with black.
Would be an impossibility. Yes, and if you'd had
Well,
your
let me
shoes on,
see.
my boy, you could have lent her hers. It'd be much quicker to go up here. Yes, so possibly it might. But I'm not
Paved
about to
with,
go. Might well walk into any day. Now, it's back. It's
Well, it
possible
can
that
be
they may have
paved
been
with this,
radiation
but maybe
drugs.
it would be involved in it somehow. This thing, this entity. Probably be involved in the road to success. Total. Yeah, it would make sense for them to pave the road, but nothing beyond that, I don't think.
How Benjamin Disraeli said that life is too short to be small.
So let's see. What are these washed up celebrities going to be living with? I can't wait to find out, let me tell you. Sue's sexual appetites. Well, that would be a tree. Recommended daily allowance of
What do you
audio.
think of that now, eh? A Viking helmet. Oh, maybe. What do you mean, maybe? What do you think it is? A space
Well,
helmet for a child?
I'm guessing that... Oh, shit. Guessing that...
Everybody, welcome to Let's Play Desert
Oh
Fucking
boy.
Bus. My
Why
name
the
is
fuck do I
Joe
have
Wood. I'm
this old recording? Well, assuming that there are restrictions, that's the only one that would be really interesting, I think. Why do I have the recording of Desert Boss thing? Haven't seen that in a long time. I don't think I even finished it. It's just 8 hours of people doing ridiculous shit. And nothing interesting going on screen. That's Desert Boss. What did I pre-order at GameStop? Well, it's one of the newest, best releases, of course. It's being made into a video game, finally. Well, let's be socialist. And why not? Let me take a quick duck in here, see who's in the room. Yep, the New Testament. Blank for president. Yes, let us celebrate the people's ability to share music with whoever they please. Imagine if MDK made a game about the Russian Revolution. How would that work? MDK's new game series in which he goes through. He visits famous historical events or series of events. And they are all made in the New Testament engine. That would be something. And of course, what happens at the end? Oh, hello, senior. I'm testing out the new capabilities that I have with this thing by playing this game. I understand the lag is way less bad here. It's only a couple moments. And right now we're playing this and celebrating socialism in streams. I'm telling you, Steve was awake, which he might be actually. I'm gonna go ahead and post this on Skype. Right after I figure out which of these I want to. I never fit in until oh boy. Well, let's find Waldo, that's always nice. And I put you the shit. Yeah, basically. It's doing a lot of things wrong that don't even have to do with the copyright thing, like the taking away the ability to save broadcasts indefinitely, full broadcasts instead of just highlights, which can now only be 2 hours long. That also wasn't a restriction before. Highlights can be saved indefinitely, but they can only be up to 2 hours long, which sucks, especially for speedrunners, as many people have pointed out. Filthiest scene in an adult film goes to 5 men and... no, 5 women, and... well, let's see which of these is victorious. Yeah, why watch this when you could watch a fish play Pokemon, and Udo won. So I think we're going to continue to celebrate socialism in a different way now. I think I'm going to give this... oh, yes. I think I'm going to try something different now, because I do want to test out the non-lag capabilities of this new service in a different way. If anyone wants to play some more of that ever, though, I will say that that game is called Pretendio XYZ, that's XYZZY. And it's a clone, an online clone of another game called Cards Against Humanity. And some people just say Cards Against Humanity when they're referring to it. But the actual name of the game is PYX, Pretendio XYZ. And I'm pretty sure I have another socialist song here in the... no, not this one, this one. So what to do now? Have there been any more updates on the forums? Somehow I doubt it. No, there haven't been. I also haven't been getting any more email notifications. So I might as well take a quick look at my small games folder, see if there's anything here worth exploring. Well, there's a couple of games that I kind of want to show, but I have no idea how to get them in a window. That's kind of important for what it is I do. So let me see if I can figure this out. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the fish. That's clearly the way to go. Well, you know, capitalism seems like all fun and games until shit such as we witnessed a couple days ago when the Twitch change happens, and then everyone realizes the hard truth about capitalism and switches to socialism, where they can at least not kid themselves about the reality of the world. Let me see. So let me see if I can play this game in a window. I probably cannot, but might as well give it a try. Oh hey, Steve is here. Somehow my forecast, I guess, was correct. He did in fact answer to the call. I'm trying to run a game right now, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. I guess I'm gonna give it a second. There it is. So let's see if this will run in full screen, which of course it will. Why wouldn't it? It's the only way to go. Can I take it out of full screen? I cannot. God damn it. So time for me to try to figure this out. Can I make this run windowed? No, apparently not. That option isn't given to you in the game, so... Oops. So I have to try to come up with a workaround. And I just noticed that that game resizing everything fucked this up. That's fantastic. It resized OBS and it resized the chat and everything. Okay, there we go. Yeah, here we go. The exe should be here. There it is. This probably isn't going to work because it's quite shitty. It's made in GameMaker. But might as well give it a try because this isn't too bad of a game, all things considered. Tim labeled as a joke of art. A joke of art? No, a work of art. Oh, Jesus, are you serious? It didn't play in a window, but what it is doing is not changing the resolution. Which I guess is something. I guess it is something. Don't know what the fuck it is, but it's something. So try and see if I can get this to look decent on stream. I have no idea how this is going to work, but as you might be able to hear, it is a MIDI music soundtrack game. I guess that's gonna be fine, but I'm probably not gonna be able to look at the chat while playing it. I also haven't played it in a long time, so might as well go through the tutorial. I think this is based on a Japanese game of the same guild. Of course, can't really see this, but the actual instructions are popping up over here. But they're separate windows, so even if when I move that, you can't see it. Well, it's a cooking restaurant owning simulator, so let's take a foray back into the world of capitalism. Oh yeah, I have to press once, I think, since the drink is floating away, but even that doesn't seem to be working. Hello? Is the game window even in focus? It is not. But now it is, and it should be working. Maybe that was supposed to happen. I guess I'll never know. But that guy... I have the feeling this wasn't supposed to go this way. Because nothing more seems to be happening now. This is a fact. I disappeared. I don't know how that happened. I guess I'm going to press F2, since it does say press F2 to restart this section. Blah blah blah, yes. This time the things are popping up again. Okay. Okay, it says I have to press it on the keypad. Why can't I use the regular number bar? I never know. So the way this works is we pour the beer. Yeah, that's beer. Just trust us on that. It's regular fill, so it's like that. Don't know why only the keypad works, but this game is like 8 years old. I really don't see why it should be lagging like this. So that man is slowly makes his way over to the counter and leaves us $10 for that beer. I don't think beer costs $10 in most places, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep this up for long. And also, if I recall correctly, the look how that guy looks. See if you can't guess what part of the world this is set in. Okay, the hamburger meat is hovering above the pizza, so now we wait for the thing to cook. As the thing turns darker. I don't know what that means. Yeah, apparently Senior is having some trouble watching the stream. I don't know why that is. Might be the hitbox player being a bit buggy, I don't know. I don't even know if the one with blue hair is a man or a woman. I don't know. But yeah, that guy is giving him quite the judging stare. But he finally got his pizzas. Okay, I can't play it like this, I'm sorry. At least I tried. And at least this time it didn't really work properly or anything like that. That was apparently too much to ask, but it did in fact not change the resolution, so that's a start. I do have one more game. Oh dear lord. It's kind of a game from my childhood actually, that I used to play on my old ass Windows 98 because it still had DOS support. Yeah, lovely soundtrack. I have the feeling it's not supposed to sound like that, so I'll tell you what. I'll open up the sound mixer and play something else while this is going on. Hello? Oh, of course, the fucking sound mixer also got resized. And might as well put that on the screen. Or try to... Why the fuck aren't you working? Hello? Oh dear lord. Did it crash? It probably did. Because it's not showing anything it should be showing. I have the feeling this isn't going to work either, but I do kind of remember getting it to work at one point, so... let me start up this sequence of music. Should be appropriate for my attempts at getting this to work. Jesus fuck. Of course, the Explorer also got resized. This thing is... oh Jesus. Well, guess what I'm going to have to do. Why did the music stop? Why did you do that? I never told you to stop. Good job, music. So now I'm sort of waiting for the rescue squad, aka the task manager, so I can close this thing that just decided to stop working, so that's gonna be a fun time. Also, why the fuck isn't this keeping up the aspect ratio that it should be keeping up? And the rescue team is taking some time to arrive. But it looks like it's here. So close this monstrosity. Okay. Now let's... I was gonna say let's try it one more time, but I don't really see it. The thing that I used to start it up anyway. I'm gonna have to open this up again. I am, aren't I? So where is my window? There's my window. Try running this. It's already muted, right? Right. Hello. Yes, it is. So let me see if the window capture will work this time. It kind of will. It won't work properly, but you can kind of see the stuff you're supposed to see behind a bunch of other shit. Hello. Hello. Well, it stopped working again. I have the feeling I'm not gonna get this to work, but I think that's fine, since that was kind of a far cry from... Also, why did the music stop? Apparently putting that window in focus causes the music to stop. Well, so far all the complications I've had because of the failings of the software rather than anything having to do with Hitbox, yeah. Vincent Fox, it's Vicente, not Vincente, but... Vincent, well, that guy wasn't really beloved by anyone. They think he's kind of... Well, I'll tell you what, I will try running an actual game that I've run successfully on Twitch before. Just need to figure out which one it's going to be. Because I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue using Hitbox, given the shit fit that Twitch is having with copyright and the inability to save things properly. Well, I might as well use this. This was the first game I ever streamed on Twitch, I think. Might as well give it a try. It should work fine. I have run it successfully on Twitch. There we are. That looks good. This was made by a French guy or a Canadian guy. I actually have no idea. And it was a Zelda fan game, and I've beaten it a few times. I think it's time to pause the thing. I forgot what the controls for this were. Oh, right. Now I remember. It's these three buttons. And if you press shift you can run, yeah, and the enemies respawn every time you enter the room, and the hello. And the hit detection isn't great, but that's alright because the games are actually kinda nice. Oh shit. And now I need more bombs. So I'm guessing I'm not gonna get them. But I do need bombs to make it deeper into the dungeon. Well, I guess that depends on how you differ between those two concepts. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The actual content creators, the musicians and artists who make them actual content, they don't give a shit about this. It's only people who want to turn money into more money that end up causing shit fits like this. Oh, Jesus. Well, honestly, the people who should be doing something about that shit are Twitch themselves, because they're the ones that are really being affected by all this. They're the ones that are taking the bad press, and they're the ones that could benefit and give everyone their own benefits by having the laws remade into a more competent form. But of course, they're not doing that. They're instead implementing a flawed automated system. That will end up pissing everyone off and accomplishing nothing. Maybe one day they'll unbreak it, but until then I think I'm just gonna stay here. Yeah, all those emoticons that you get on this side. Oh, wait a minute. I've been missing a bunch of jokes here because I guess chat's going on a lot faster now and I'm not really paying attention to it some of the time. I think if you type this, I don't know if it's there we go. Instead of the Conan O'Brien face, you get that. Just don't do that. Don't fucking bring that kind of inflation up. I don't think that would benefit anyone. I really don't think that would benefit anyone. I also forgot how to get to that locked door, which is where I need to get next, I think. So I guess I'm gonna be wandering for a while. It's okay, apparently Bern isn't a fan of the dog face. Can't imagine why that is. And there's that thing, yeah. The volume of emoticons though on Hitbox, I understand, is extremely low compared to all Twitch. Yeah, they look like that. But at least you don't have to see... Oh, we finally got the gloves. That's sad. I think that sunglasses thing actually came from something awful, but don't quote me on that. The deal with it sunglasses thing. So we are about to finish this first dungeon up, I suppose. Well, Twitch allowed that kind of, but it could only... the only streams that could do that were the ones that were popular enough that they could get people to pay to support them, and even then it didn't fully support them, it supported the website as well. It was called a subscription system where you pay $5 a month to get like a special icon next to your name and be able to use special custom emoticons. And of course, because of the giant shit fit that Twitch has, people are encouraging people to stop doing that and just donate directly to the streamer. Which, you know, I'm not opposed to, for reasons. So let's see who's the boss here. It's the giant butterfly, Mothula, if I recall. So not too much of a hassle. I think if we pick this up, it just does a lot more damage. There we go. Well, that was the first of 1, 2, 3, 7 magic crystals. So let's get the fuck out of here. Oh shit. Oh yeah, we have a new heart now. I do kind of want to run this completely though, so I think I'm gonna stop here. Well, maybe not that one, but that's actually the first of a pretty well-made playlist, or not playlist, what the fuck am I talking about? Trilogy of fan games that is actually surprisingly well made. So I'm guessing most people here didn't have any issue with the stream after that point, after the jittery attempt to run a DOS game that I had. And this man's going to bed. I think... I don't remember if I already said goodnight, but good night anyway. See, I kind of wanted to keep running GTA, but Well, I'm kind of tuckered out from the terrible journey I had to make earlier today, and I think I wouldn't have been able to do a lot of missions anyway, since there is one particular one that's coming up that I need to level up my lung capacity for, and to do that I pretty much need to grind, and I'm not gonna do that on stream, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do instead. Oh, we will be getting back to GTA, but just not tonight. Tomorrow night, maybe. I will finish it, or try to. Well, might as well try something else. Let's try doing non-gaming related stuff and see if we get kicked off, or a password gets put on this room or some stupid shit like that. Because I've had some rumors. So let me see, there should be something worthwhile on my subscriptions list on the YouTubes. Another kind of ridiculous thing about the Twitch move was that they were implementing, they said in their blog post that they were implementing this automated system that was going to trip up not only copyrighted songs like YouTube already does, but it was also going to trip up in-game audio, which, you know, it did with a lot of the Dota 2 streams, even when fucking Valve, who made the thing, was trying to stream it and save it. And even the videos got flagged, so that was pretty hilarious. And there was one official Twitch broadcast in particular, I remember, that got muted because of the same reason, because of how fucking badly implemented it was. Don't know what's up with that, but that was pretty much the biggest problem everyone had with it, that it was going to mute in-game audio, thus on a fucking website that's devoted to showing games. Oh dear. But there is one thing that I am looking forward to coming out of all this, and that is DarkSidePhil's reaction to this. I pretty much can't wait to see what that's going to be. I can't wait to see that shit fit. That's one I'm actually looking forward to. Because I kind of want to have a good laugh. And of course my subscriptions... Oh, never mind. I've already seen this. I thought I had missed everything that was on here in the couple of days I was away, but I guess not. Yeah, they said they were correcting some of the mutings, but I haven't confirmed this. I've only looked at one particular broadcast of mine. And that one wasn't muted, and it still isn't muted, but at this point, even if they are, you can use a special downloader thing that will let you download the raw video files for the recordings, and even if they've been muted on the Twitch player, the actual recordings aren't muted, so... Speaking of DSP, I can't find a shorter video than this, so... So let's see how Hitbox will react to me trying to show our old friend. Oh, wouldn't you know it? This is exactly what I was looking for, I didn't even see that. So let's see what our old friend DSP has to say about this series of changes. Yeah, they even have a stand that says the CEO of Twitch, Emmett Shear, made a question answer thing on Reddit. And he said that pretty much game companies allow the games, the visuals, to be shown on streams and pretty much in public. And they were okay with it, but the music providers were not, and that they said that that was a separate thing. But I remember that one game that I've never played but apparently is pretty popular called Crypt of the Necrodancer. The guy who made the game was getting his videos muted, which was pretty ridiculous as well, but yeah, the whole thing just stinks. But now we're gonna get an expert to tell us all about it. Let's see what this is. Three hours after receiving word of this, they're still not sure if it was Google purchasing Twitch TV that caused this, because the Content ID thing they're running is different from the Content ID thing that there is on YouTube. At least that's my understanding. It's actually worse than the one that's on YouTube right now, but a legendary rant. Oh dear lord. That one guy that thinks his problems are harder than real work, yeah. So get ready for DSP ranting about the real issues. Let's see what this is going to be like. I can't wait.
So, what you need to do, if you do want something to show up permanently, you have to manually click on that broadcast that is archived temporarily. You have to use sliders to cut that archive up into 2-hour increments.
Yeah, that's how it
That's
works.
right, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not
In
good,
order
but
to have anything permanently saved, you now have to manually go into it yourself and cut it into 2-hour blocks. Now you can do shorter than 2-hour blocks, but you have to cut it up. Does this sound familiar to anyone? Does this sound like the video length limitations of YouTube to anyone? You know what I mean? Like, we're going back to old school YouTube.
yeah, being real
Remember when
subtle
old school
there,
YouTube
Phil.
said you can only have 15-minute clips?
Gee, I wonder if my viewers
It's
can make the
pretty much the same
connection.
deal. They're saying if you want your
Hey
video to show up
kids, does this
permanently,
remind you
have
of
to manually
anything?
Go in and cut every stream into 2-hour chunks. Now, let me put it this way. For me, for someone who has streamed almost every day for 1.5 years, okay? Let's say on estimate I
Okay.
stream 5 hours a day. That's wrong, because most days I stream 6, but keep in mind other days I don't stream at all. For over 365 days, right? So let's say I've streamed for 500 days. 5 hours times 500 days. I have 2,500 hours of video on demand that Twitch expects me to go and manually split into 2-hour chunks. Do you have any
Well, he kinda has a
concept of
point
how much
there, but-
manual labor that is? I would literally not be streaming for weeks. to
See, if
do-
this
to
was
do that, to
good
go back and cut
content,
that up.
I would agree with
Okay.
him, but there's a slight
Now-
issue there.
Keep in mind, I've only been streaming for a year and a half. What about people who've been streaming longer than me?
What about people who have been streaming stuff that actually other people want to watch?
Right? They don't
What
have
about
the
them?
backup. They've only been doing stuff on Twitch. Their stuff is about to be deleted.
Well, the CEO did post a thing
How
saying
crazy
that
is
you could
that?
email their support team if you wanted to, like, do a mass
So for me,
export
is it
in,
really that big of a concern?
and you
Honestly,
didn't
no.
have a lot of time to
For me,
organize it. They
I've
could help you out with that, but
auto-archived everything, auto-recorded
but
it,
evidently our old
everything
friend
regardless.
Philly Boy here
So for me,
hasn't
I
heard of
already
that.
have a system in place. Am I really losing anything? No. What I'm losing is the fact that I had a selling point for paid subscribers, and now I have to change that selling point.
What
The
selling point was
is
that?
No longer that you will get unlimited video on-demand access to my content on Twitch. You'll only
What?
get it for 60 days. After
What?
60 days, the content goes away. Because I'm
I'm what?
sorry, guys. I don't, on a daily basis, I don't have time to go into a Twitch TV video editor and chop up my streams into 2-hour chunks so that they don't go away. I don't have, I'm sorry, but here's the thing. You have to remember something. I'm a one-man team, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry, he's kind of straying off, but he said that he restricted unlimited access to all of his archives to his subscribers. Can you even do that? What's the fucking point of doing that if most people have unlimited access to their archives open to everyone? Well, apparently he fixes that people actually want to pay to see his videos from 1 year ago, but
There are a lot of people out there making a living
we
on
do
YouTube
know
and
he
Twitch
has a bit of a
who are
problem in
making so
his
much money that
line
they
of
have
thinking.
teams of people who do their video editing for them, who do all of their uploading for them, who do all this stuff for them. That's not me. I'm nowhere near that, alright? I was never near that. I never made that much money. I never will be near that. Unless I win the fucking
Well, at least
lottery,
he's
I'll never be
honest
on that
about
level,
it.
Okay? I'm a one-man team. I'm a self-made man.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's true. Most of his content was made by other people. And he doesn't even know how to play the games right. He has to rely on the chat.
Everything I do comes from me. So, you understand, I don't. I just don't have the
Yeah,
time
I made
now
these
to
pictures,
take
you know.
hours
These
out of
pictures
my
that are on
day
right now, I made
to
them
go
all.
out
I
and
can
chop up
totally attest to
archive
that.
Streams, and on a daily basis to go in and chop up the streams that I'm doing into chunks. Alright? I just
Alright.
don't. And this is the complete lack of any kind of foresight or oversight.
You know,
by
now
Twitch
I think they're
by making
actually
these
giving you the
changes.
option to
They
export the
completely
full
butt-fuck
multi-hour
people who make their
broadcasts
livings
to
on Twitch.
YouTube.
So let's think about
Because
it.
I'm pretty
New
sure there are a lot of
business,
YouTube accounts
burgeoning
that
business, exponential growth,
don't have a time
right?
limit for how long
People
the
say,
video
"Oh,
can
this
be.
looks great. I'm going to use this business to make money and to make this my livelihood." They do successfully, and overnight, management makes a decision. Let's fuck everybody. Let's fuck them all, and we don't care.
Yeah, this is true. You really shouldn't rely on the fucking internet for your living, your life income. Especially if your quote-unquote work involves using content that you didn't make yourself. This is good sense. I don't understand why people don't take this into account.
So, there you go.
Yep, there you go indeed. And here are his statistics. He's not doing great. He's losing quite a bit of money. And subscribers. His views are kind of dwindling. They're taking a seriously sharp dive now. And that was the video, I guess. That was our old friend the DSP informing us about the situation with Twitch. And it doesn't look like anything happened to my stream page, so I'm guessing it's gonna be fine to show YouTube stuff. Yeah, apparently, well, Twitch does that as well, is the thing. I have it as, what am I going to... What was I going to say, rather? I have it in this... I'm assuming in the same resolution, and pretty much the same settings, except for a few minor changes than that I did on Twitch. I guess I'll have to figure out Livestream 2 eventually for... Have you ever heard of Adblock? Because that's kind of an important thing to have if you're gonna be on a streaming site. Oh shit. Yep, that's pretty much it. Pretty much what I'm talking about. So what to do now? Well, this is pretty much a test stream, I suppose. I'm trying to figure out what the kinks are. I honestly haven't watched a lot of streams on Hitbox, so I don't have a lot of experience with the problems that are on the user end of the operation, and the viewer end, that is. I'm guessing if I try showing this, it's going to work, and if I try showing this, it's also going to work. If I try moving this to be running on the sign, it's going to work fine. Oh boy. Well, you know, if I'm jumping the bandwagon and I'm taking a few cents away from people like our old friend DSP, yeah, it might be. I did have a Twitter post saved concerning that. I think I'm going to show that now, actually, because I found it pretty funny when I saw it. Should be on the browser. Yep, we've had a major influx of new users, and as you can see, I retweeted and favorited that. It was made just a couple of days ago in the evening, and there's a related headline from the Daily Dot, apparently. And here are all the people coming over to Hitbox for some reason. I couldn't figure out what that is. This guy at the bottom says that apparently some people had issues retweeting this, but that was because of a separate thing. It was not the horrible censorship of Obama and his evil army of corporate lawyers. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They do say that they have a few issues because of the new backlash of users, the new influx of users, because of this debacle. So, not much else to. I guess I could do one more experiment, and that is showing something else. Yeah, look at all those emoticons. That's the sort of thing that this site allows. What do I show though? I don't have a lot of movies on my current movie thing. A pinball game, sure. I'll get right on that. Mnemonic box. Fella says I had a movie, and well, I could try showing this, which was the last movie I ever showed on my Twitch stream. What just happened? No, don't do that. Here's this. Let me try showing a few minutes of Max Headroom and see if Hitbox gives a shit. If that's the case, I might need to set up a live stream thing as well, but I hope that's not the case.
This is Edison Carter, Network 23.
Let me skip ahead.
But he smashed my bike.
Oh, there's...
We made a deal, Mr. Boygle.
Yeah, Max Headroom is on YouTube, but it's technically owned by people and stuff. It's British television, British sci-fi from the 80s. So I might as well gonna go ahead and show this scene where he becomes Max Headroom by seeing that fateful message on the gate. Well, he did that a long time ago. That's a good point, actually. I should probably try showing some Doctor Who as well. In fact, I might have to turn this into that, since I don't really have anything planned. Yeah, that is much better. That is a legend. I don't think that was actually confirmed until I started doing this tonight. So is the game going to end up or down? Well, it's locked in the opposition. There goes this guy. But instead he's going to raise a ramp, forcing him to smash into the gate. And the last thing he sees before he passes out is max headroom. So of course he's reborn as... Let me see if I can get to the scene where they first show it. No, this is before this. Or after this. Reborn as his virtual head in a shifting void. I don't think anyone does green texting other than fucking 4chan and Reddit. At least haven't seen it anywhere else. No, Robocop 2 had a physical body, this guy doesn't. And besides, the original is technically still alive, it's just like a copy.
This is live and direct on big time. Am I on air?
Yeah, there was just one guy. The guy was mixed with his advanced self. It was just one entity at this time. There's two. So there's this virtual head, and there's the guy that it was made from.
Big time. Hi, both of you. Welcome to Big Time. You want to check these ratings? I seem to have an audience of 2.
Great. Terrific.
And his superpower is being witty in a world that's dominated by television networks.
He's making. Look anyway, they may have something worth chasing.
Now, Bryce.
But it does have the evil executive that looks kind of like the one in Robocop. I guess the fact that I don't have a game set as the thing I'm currently streaming helps. Wonder if there are hitbox cops here. Like there are Twitch cops on Twitch. That would kind of suck, but even if that's the case, I think I'm insignificant enough that they won't even care about me. Why is this thing still on screen? I already closed the player. Well, now we know who's the rowdy one. At least the hitbox people know. Everyone else knew already. Something here called Clip 0005. What is this? It's a recording I made of a Godlimations game for Red to Prey, but I don't think they looked at it. Yeah, seems so. That seems to be his state of being a lot of the time. It's... Yeah, I'm going to do that. No, I'm not. Some anime. I have this... let's get a bit meta with this. And I'm going to try to comment on this.
I did.
Commentary.
Yeah, I did.
Try to comment on the commentary that...
I like that the calligraphy looks like a fist. Oh man, I am pumped as hell. Wow. How much is my youth worth now? I'm expecting some real existentialism from this.
I gotta get like an appraiser for this. I don't know how much my youth is worth. No wait, the wind was asked on the campus because it is sacred. Hey.
Okay. I'm not actually enrolled, I'm just in the school. And on the books and hanging out and lining up.
You
and me both. Where's the co-eds? Hey. The end. What? You like how I said that?
I did.
You like how I said Sakigake Otoko Juku?
Yeah.
Oh dear. I don't know how that happened, but apparently my fucking mic thing on the OBS thing got muted. I have no idea when that happened. Oh, what I was saying was that I was surprised that there was more hiragana than anything on the title card for that anime. But then I saw that the fist thing at the right was made up of kanji, which I can't read, except for the one that said Otoko, because pretty much everyone knows that one. And that was pretty much when I noticed that I was muted, so... So now that that has been established and corrected, I don't know what fucking point my mic got muted. I'm kind of concerned about that now. I feel like I should find a short game, but I don't think I have any games that I can beat in like less than 2 hours. Well, that's being generous. No, I'm not actively trying to learn Japanese, but I am pretty much trying to learn any language that interests me for personal benefit. I did make a comment while the actual anime was playing out, the yen being overvalued according to one guy in the subtitles. I was wondering if there was any veracity to that. But I guess I'll never know now. Actually know a bit of German, not enough to be fluent, but enough to understand the most shit that's being said. And anything else? Well, there's one other language that I have no choice but to know. That says Nihongo. That's the Japanese language. That's a pretty basic thing. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have a hard time trying to find anything that I can beat in less than 2 hours, which... Yeah, Japan is very conservative, but I don't know, it looks like that's going to be changing for too long. Or maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part, but you know, now that they've stopped being so tight about that, so uptight about that. There's a chance of that slowly dying out, but I don't know. There does seem to be a bit of a legacy thing going on with the big power structures there. I'm also drinking a soda that's like half a year old now. But, so yeah, this is something I tried to play last time, I think. Something called Super Mario The Lost Chapter. It's a shitty, creepypasta game with the Ao Oni inside. I don't know about that. China and Japan don't really like each other that much. If you recall, Japan has done a few things that China's not crazy about. See Squadron 731, The Men Behind the Sun, for reference. Which is just a tiny part of one of the Sino-Japanese wars, but I don't really want to get into that. Oh boy. My fucking mouse is double clicking by accident again. You know what place of the world has a lot of space? Greenland. People recognize that. They could they could really come up with something nice and a good agreement. There's also a lot of space in Antarctica and inner Australia and the Sahara Desert. Lots of unprospected ground there, I guess. I like snow. Yeah, Canada. Some people are like, I don't want to go to Canada because it's too cold. Well, fucking who? I like the cold. I know where I'm fucking going when I get out of here. And they have free healthcare. A lot of people don't seem to even take that into account. I don't even know what the that much snow comment is in reference to. God damn it. Well, I could try doing... Nah. Never mind. I was gonna say I'm scared, but fuck it. Too lazy to do that now. Have you seen just a moment. I have a friend. I guess he's gonna turn into Wikipedia the stream. I have a friend who lives in Canada, and you know, when I say that, you would expect them to live somewhere like Alberta or fucking Vancouver or Toronto or British Columbia or whatever. But they don't. They live somewhere else. And it sounds like a lovely place. And I really want to visit there one day. It's called Victoria Island. And this is where it is. I really want to visit this place one day. It sounds beautiful. Let's see if I can get some Google images of it or something. Because I have seen some pictures of that place. And it seems like quite a lovely place. Apparently it has... Okay, wait. Yeah, there's more than one Victoria Island. Keep forgetting. Victoria Island, Canada. Apparently there's... It's still sustainable enough that... Hello? That this stuff exists there. Then again, I'm not sure if this is even the same one, but the maps do seem to check out, but of course I have no way of confirming this, rather. My understanding of the weather is that it doesn't look like this most of the time, but might as well click on this and see what else there is on that topic. Apparently it gets up to not 25. I really don't see how you could have this if the weather doesn't even get up to 25 Celsius during the hottest months, but... And what is this? I'm guessing these are Fahrenheit. No, those look too high even for Fahrenheit. I don't know. What's the temperature required for stuff like this to grow? Because apparently Victoria Island doesn't get any more than like 23 Celsius a year. Well, I don't know. So boy, Slow Beef went live, and he's on Twitch. That's a shame. Then I saw that a certain someone posted on the forums that now that all this streaming stuff is going down, the best place to go stream now is Nico Nico. That's not something I can technically contradict, but I don't know. I've never even been on that fucking site. So what else do I have on this shitty computer? Well, I could show up a certain thing that I showed on a previous, my last stream on Twitch actually, in the past, and that was this. But I need to load a certain configuration in order to make it work properly. Since I don't see any other way to make it work. Have the Parkinson's corruption for Hybrid Heaven. That's, I think, the best one that I got last time. And, you know, I wasn't really planning for that song to come on the player, but I guess it's well suited to this. To whatever we might see while trying to play this. Oops. So this is what the President of the United States gets up to in his spare time, according to some sources. And apparently this is what the people who watch him look like. And this is what they walk like. And that's how they take a shower. Well, I don't know if he was doing any of that, but this guy moves his arm in a certain way when going to answer the doorbell. As you can see. Not sure what that motion signifies. But the guy outside the door seems to dig it. And again. I guess they're hearing the music with how they're moving. Just rocking back and forward to the beat of the song. I think they actually speak about Russia in the vanilla version of this cutscene. Like, there's some deal going on between the US and Russia, and stuff needs to be right, but because it's Hybrid Heaven, there's also an alien invasion going on. For some reason. Just gonna stand very solemnly as I bask in the beautiful voice of Leonid Karitonov. And slowly reach over to the voicemail thing. And if I recall, I need to reload another save state to make it work, because it's not going to load normally in the corrupted version. Oh, that was quite a nice match to the music. How there was a trombone right as she turned. There's this guy slowly shuffling over to the side so that you can see who's coming. It's this guy. Seems to be working in a remarkably non-spastic manner. Oh boy. Apparently there's more than one Vinesource Corruptor's Hybrid Heaven thing. But for now, this woman's going to shimmy over to the guy standing. She's really nervous about talking to him, is the thing. And now... apparently there's a draft going on, judging from how the agent was moving. They've got a shimmy as I fall backward, having just been struck by a bullet. I love how she can even do anything but blink. Well, I think it's time. We've seen that enough times. I think it's time to see what this is about. Apparently links don't copy that well, but that's fine. Oh dear, it's another...
What's up, everybody? It's Critical.
Yeah, Critical thing. And I don't know if Critical would approve of... Oh dear. Of Ruski singing, so... I think we need to respectfully get some silence up in here while Critical is talking. So let's see what's this powerful short story that's advertised.
I'm going to be reading a very powerful tale. It's a short story from a strange website I stumbled upon.
Okay.
Hey, this is a story parents are going to be telling their children for years to come. It's a timeless classic.
Well, I can't wait for
I'm
it.
right into reading the story, and the footage in the background is just some videos I had on my computer. They don't at all relate to the message being conveyed by the story, but
I
thought it'd be nice to have some type of visual stimulus, so that's why they're there.
No, I mean,
So
with
here we
whole audio, you could just have a static
I was out for a walk
picture.
and came upon a very sexy couple.
Or you could have that. That's also
I
an
said,
option.
Hey, you can't be doing that here on this public trail. They both looked at me and asked why not. While smiling, the guy said we were so hot for each other we couldn't wait. So we decided to have some hot and nasty sex, hoping, boy, someone would catch us.
Well, the scene being
said,
played
"But it's a
certainly
public trail.
relates to that. I don't know
You
what
shouldn't
Critical's
be
talking about.
fucking like that without thinking
It has
someone
everything
would
to do
wanna
with
join
what's
the
being
fun.
spoken of.
Oh,
As
we were
this
wanting someone to
flailing
see
limb
us.
the guy.
Hopefully somebody who liked what they saw and wanted to join in.
I'm
our
kind
fun.
of
Instead,
regretful that I didn't
like
make
you,
more save
have
states
her
as I was
under
playing the game, so
control.
I could
Your cock so hard and her
experience
so
the
wet.
magic that's on
Juicy.
screen right now.
I see it glistening from here. He said, "Do you like what you see?" Oh yeah. Watching people really turns me on.
You know what, I think this can go on after all. I think that actually fits the visuals more than the actual audio for the video. It's just how I see it. Oh god, Jerry's head. That's a consequence of stroking your chin at every waking moment. You eventually start getting limb dislocation of this type. Well, lucky you, because guess what's next? This doesn't fit the visual so much, though. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that kind of fits. It's quite a debacle. With the flailing limbs. So what does the audience think of this? Let's find out, why don't we? It sounded like a Shrek story, apparently. Games in the background are fitting as... well, I don't know. I don't fully agree with that. Someone's telling their own short story here. They're trying to get him to have more fan interaction. What a story, Mark. I'm kind of surprised that a generic meme statement is getting hundreds of upvotes, but hey, it's YouTube. And that's pretty much the gist of it, I suppose. And stuff still going on up here. Oh boy. I forgot that doesn't loop, does it? So now we have this music playing instead. Speaking of Dark Side Phil, well, we're already watching his reaction to the Twitch changes. Let me check real quick if there were any DSP videos uploaded after that have to do with that. The one we watched a while ago was called actually, hang on a minute. I see a Retroplay video that's only 4 minutes. How did I miss this? The video we saw a while ago was called The DSP tries it, or DSP Gaming's first world problems. Oh boy. And there's another DSP video on my subscription thing. And I just now realized that I've had the window capture on the whole time. Apparently I am subscribed to Crowley, yeah. So let me see what this is about. He used to not be a seller, blah blah blah. Apparently DSP is selling out, and this is news. Even though DSP is not making any money, I have no idea how he's going to survive to the end of this year with what he has. But might as well. Gets back to this Retro Prey video that I thought we were watch. Yeah, they did a live Retrofresh stream some time ago, and they've been uploading chunks of it. I'm guessing this is more of that, but let's see what it's about. Sonic Boomtown. What the f? Yeah, that's fine.
How to play? Oh, it's a driving game?
Yeah, apparently.
Shattering levels, oh, I get it, Sonic Boom. Why is this game mature?
Oh, Sonic. Well, it's not Sonic the Hedgehog at all.
No.
No, Sonic is nowhere to be seen, though.
Wait.
They seem to be quite a...
Unless one of the cars is Sonic.
No, I wanna, hold on, let me...
bit of a disparity between the presence of genders here.
I want to impress the Flash ladies with my Fonda Cox.
You want to impress the Flash ladies so they will flash you.
Fonda Cox. This Speedia, whatever. Stop it.
Oh boy.
Let's go with chain reaction.
Something tells me that Snoopy's not gonna get very far in this game.
Go drive, right?
And I hear, Slowey, that when you do drive, you gotta go fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, I have the feeling DSP will not take long to follow.
Huh? I guess alright, well.
With how much money he's losing. Another problem with DSP was that he owed.
5 out of 5.
Oh, that was the game. The problem with DSP was that he was really bad at spending because he was trying to please his girlfriend, and even when he went out of the state and he stayed at a hotel, he just got a suite. He didn't even suck it up and get a regular room. And he keeps buying shitty art for his house and a bunch of unnecessary stuff. He blows thousands of dollars on new computers, even when he doesn't need to.
I don't know. HDI totally has it though.
Maybe it means to shit big hairy balls, but that's not possible.
Well, unless he can create something really mind-blowing with those $2,000 worth of Legos, I don't think he's going to be able to survive too much longer. Doesn't Christian know how to torrent things?
Fuck, stupid game won't load. If it loaded, I would have given you a 10, by the way. I have no standards, and you even went undergo. If I put the DVD in it, place it really wonderful. Crappy. This game would have probably been a hell of a lot better if it loaded, but since it's not, I say it's game's hell.
The game doesn't work, therefore it must be bad. If it works, it must be wonderful. That's awesome logic.
Keeps loading, doesn't start. Yeah. I don't get it. Sad. I will.
Did not load and give you the benefit of the doubt to rest.
Wait, really?
Yeah, go back to the bottom. Wow, that's like Newgrounds.
Yeah, I think there's actually a video where it shows Phil, like, checking a bunch of stuff that he wants to buy for a new computer, and the total ends up to like $3,000. And he shows that.
probably put an effort to it. I don't know.
In fact, I'm gonna try to find it right after this.
Don't load for democracy, but I love the girls. Don't load. This is awesome.
You didn't love the girls enough to provide at least a star. Come on. Wait, kitty stuff. High rating.
Alright. Fuck, that's enough of this.
Let's go to this instead. I really want to find that now. It's probably in my... Oh, I guess I was gonna say it's probably in my history, but... but I think I turned off the YouTube history a long time ago. Guess I should reconsider doing that, maybe. So time to look for this very special video. Guess that's what we're doing tonight, instead of anything else. Yeah, this is it. I found it. It was the first one that showed up on the search even. XP the resource, I don't know, I mean... I remember running the XP very well, it being a very reliable OS, even compared to later Windows versions. Especially compared to Vista, that was just like a fucking nightmare. Vista kept getting blue screens every other night that I used it.
Well, it is Saturday.
But let's see how our old body fares in computer management.
Of course, I hate to say it, you know, me being a skeptic and being cynical, but here we are, the day when I was going to return to streaming. I even had my Xbox 360 up and running, I was ready, I was going to do Ultra Street Fighter 4. Had hundreds of people chomping at the bit for me to return to play games today. And even though it wasn't a full return, I was still going to at least do some gameplay here from Washington. My PC decides
Yeah, he moved across the country, I think, from where he was before to Washington State.
Yeah. Now keep in mind, I booted it on...
For no other reason than his girlfriend asked him to. He wanted their own house and they didn't even inspect the house before buying it.
My capture software
And wouldn't you know it, speak of the demo.
No problem. I was able to even do a demo. I did some demo capturing. It worked fine. Today I go to boot my computer and it won't get past.
And also Rave Party. I think my first Rave Party on this website, that's an occasion.
I don't know what's
Oh, she's not much better than him, don't worry.
Dual monitors yesterday corrupted the graphic drivers. That's possible. Could be that something went wrong with the video card. So right now I only have one monitor plugged in. I'm actually going through DVI because that's the default video output of the graphics card, not HDMI. Although I've tried both.
Well, there was that story about apparently he has a folder of nude pictures of her and he showed that on stream once by accident.
It'll just lock up. So let's see what happens. Here it is, starting Windows. This is what's happened before.
Apparently too, she's like over 10 years younger than him.
I know that because of the brightness of the camera, or the lens, it's not, you know, adjusting properly here. It is still pulsating, but right about now, it freezes up and doesn't work. And there you go. It just happened again. What actually happened here, my keyboard lit up, which means that it loaded the drivers for my keyboard, okay, but it just froze up. And if I just sit here, what happens is it does actually progress. You'll actually hear the sound play boom, 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 which is the booting sound for Windows.
But
it just doesn't change the video ever. And I don't know what to do. I don't know if the graphics card is perpetually stuck.
Have you tried unplugging the video cables and plugging them back in?
It's having an error and therefore it's not allowing the monitor to boot. I just don't know what's going on right now. And I'm not sure what I can do to possibly get it fixed. Because I'm pretty screwed. It just will not progress and get to the desktop. And keep in mind, 2 days in a row I had this working, no problem. Today, because I want to actually stream, now it doesn't work. So I'm going to keep troubleshooting. And there's really, you know, there's a limited amount of stuff I can do at this point.
Good night, Steve.
I already did a system restore. I've already reinstalled the graphic drivers. What I'm trying to do, which I couldn't do last, I'll try it again, is go into safe mode and see if I can get the stuff to boot. Oh, there it is. Hear it? So I'm on the desktop right now. The computer is on the desktop, but the video card's not working. The video card is frozen at starting Windows. I'm gonna see if I can maybe get it, because it does boot in safe mode. So I don't know what that's about.
Have you tried actually doing anything in safe mode though? That's usually a good idea.
Fart with it more, so delightful.
Ordering a new PC, that's clearly the better option. Apparently he did too. I wonder how much he spent on it. Yeah, because DSP never ever does anything wrong. How could he possibly be worrying about that? So here is his run through, and you might notice a little something about it. A bit of a jarring factor about this purchase he made.
What? What?
So that was a great idea with our old friend DSP. I also find it a bit weird that people don't show up in droves to the mic chat now, even on Fridays and Saturdays when he used to stream. I kind of expected people to show up there, even though they knew he wasn't gonna come, just to do the usual chatting thing. Well, maybe it'll happen tomorrow. Maybe I just arrived too late to witness anything that did happen. So what I have to do now is... Well, I found the one video I was looking for, actually. Might as well watch a bit more DSP, I think, since I do have this in my subscription box and it's already loaded and everything. So get ready for more of this. But after that we're gonna do something different, because I don't want this to turn into DSP night or anything. Let's see how DSP is selling out as opposed to massive sub loss, yeah. He's not doing well subscriber-wise. Let's see how he deals with that.
Because if I upload too many videos, I get a overwhelmingly negative backlash from people saying, Phil, you upload too many videos, you flooded everything, yada yada yada. In fact, I'll tell you right now, since I started playing Street Fighter again, you know, once a week and getting all those matches of Street Fighter, people are unsubbing. They just are. People are saying, I don't like Street Fighter, and you give me Street Fighter videos every day, so I unsub. And it's like, well, so you're an idiot.
I have the feeling that's not all they're saying, Phil.
Basically. Because you don't understand that you can ignore those videos, that you can manage your subscription box on YouTube, and you're just too lazy to learn how to do it, so you just unsub. To which I say, alright then, goodbye.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much. It's not like you're the bigger man by doing so. Pretty much proving that you're a prick that doesn't know how to interact with an audience.
Goodbye if you are that lazy that you don't want to learn how YouTube works, and you're going to sit there and complain to me about you don't like a certain type of videos, but you don't know how to avoid having your inbox in your subs page flooded because you're too lazy to learn how to use YouTube. You know, it's just that simple. And people have been doing that since day one on YouTube. They complain to me, the content creator.
Yeah, pretty much. Apparently video editing or any kind of effort is idiotic. But grinding isn't. The grinding is so much a better use of your time than editing.
Like me complaining to the United States federal government saying, oh my god, the government sucks, they don't provide health care. And the government says, but what are
Okay.
you talking about? We set up all these websites by state for you to be able to sign up for health care. Everyone qualifies now. It's the new law. But I just sit here and I complain because I'm too lazy to learn how to use the website and sign up for health care. You know?
It's clearly the same thing.
There's only so much that I can do as the content creator. I don't own YouTube. You know, I can't. I can't do anything about YouTube, you know, not having a streamlined view or whatever. But there are ways around it. There have been ways around this issue for about 4 years. And I'm not kidding you. That's people still
really?
complain about it. For 4 years, you've had a way to get around it. But I digress. You know, even now, I'm already losing subs because of it. Because I started playing Street Fighter again. And, you know, it's a little disappointing because I used to have the Street Fighter channel, the SP Street Fighter, and I had to basically almost 2 years ago get rid of it because of
Goes
budget
off.
for Machinima. It's that simple. Machinima told me they would not be able to partner that channel the way that I had it partnered in the past, and I said, well, then forget it, shut the channel down.
Oh, does it cost anything to keep it up?
So now, you know, I have all my
Okay, wait, just a minute. He said he wasn't getting any more money from uploads onto that channel, so he shut it down. But instead of just leaving it up, he just he destroyed it and re-uploaded everything to another channel, so that he would get money again from re-uploading the same videos that he had already put up in another channel. Like, Jesus fuck. DSP, everyone.
Because everything's all glued together, I know. But, you know, if you actually take the initiative to learn how to use YouTube, it's not that bad. Alright? But anyway, getting to the point I was getting to. If YouTube annoys you, if YouTube, you don't want to wait for the videos to upload to YouTube, you hate the playlist system on YouTube, everything on YouTube sucks, and you don't want to use YouTube, you can just use Twitch. If you become a paid subscriber, you get access to all of my streams on demand. You can just use Twitch. If you become a paid subscriber, you get access to all of my streams on demand.
Yeah, pretty much. Don't know who this is though.
Just use Twitch.
Oh.
If you become a paid subscriber, you get access to all of my streams on demand.
Yep, mind equals blown. I actually don't know. I haven't heard of anyone else doing so. Every single Twitch user I know who streams has like all of the recordings of the streams are used to before the thing happened. Completely accessible to everyone for free. I don't see how he's allowed to do that. Still don't know who this guy is though. Pretty sure that's the case for most internet videos.
Just in it for this. They're not real gamers. They don't like video games. They don't care about them. They're doing it just so you will watch them fail at it and you'll make money.
Maybe.
Parts have between 10 to 20,000 views. And one of them has like 26,000 views on it. So all I have to say is this. Thank you, you fucking worthless humans, for the views. Because you don't understand. You can thumbs down and give me negative comments all you want. People that don't know who I am, don't know that I'm doing a straight playthrough. I didn't do any research. I never played the original Half-Life. They don't even know that I'm 30 years old. They think I'm some kid playing this game. Guess what? You gave me money. You gave me extra money. So thank
Yep,
you
that's
so much
clearly
for
a
the bonus.
sustainable extra plan.
For the bonus. I just love it when these idiots come on and they think that they're, oh, we're hurting him because we're making fun of him, when actually I make money money off. You say thank you to all the trollish idiots.
Except all the people that will come as a result of that and give you more money in the future are going to attest to that. Oh wait.
That's right, he's not real either.
It's kind of quiet.
Goodbye, Oren. Don't worry, we won't miss you. Your bad breath, your disgusting drinking habits, your foul odor because you don't wash on a regular basis, your creepy destroyed /eye, the fact that you fart in your sleep. A lot of reasons this is a positive instead of a negative, so.
It's been long enough for many
Wait a minute, I
reasons.
spent a ton of time getting that celestial weapon. You can't take that with you. You gotta leave that sword behind. Put that shit down. Put the fucking weapon down, you asshole. I spent hours grinding to catch all those monsters. Put the fucking sword down before you. No! No, you son of a bitch. You took the fucking sword. You did. What a dick. Come on.
Yeah, I have a feeling that he had that coming for a while. Apparently, this thing is already something that exists. But I think with that slight escapade, I am going to take a quick break. Let me see who's here, by the way. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break and be right back. Because I do have one more thing I want to do on this test stream, but for now, that should... Oops, no, that's not quite the text I was expecting to have in there. And for some reason the text doesn't span the whole screen, but that's fine. Yeah, there we go. So I will do what the text on screen says in a few moments.